What's up, everyone? It's me, DPX. I am here, solo. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. DPX talks for about an hour. Yeah, I just said this, but I am here solo. Kind of slacked on getting a guest for this month, but hopefully I'll get one next month. Um, we got a lot to talk about. A lot pertaining to next gen. Especially since at the time of recording, it is November 11th, 2020, the day after the Series X and S launched, and the day before the PS5 launched. So, yeah, there's a lot of news pertaining to, there's a lot of news pertaining to the Xbox and PS5, so... Yeah, but before we get into all that stuff, there's a few smaller things I want to talk about. There are a few COVID delays. Um, and yeah, as the delaying movies, there were three movies left. There's Wonder Woman, there's Free Guy, and there was fucking this movie called Death on the Nile, which I don't really know about. Wonder Woman, as far as I know, in fact, it could have actually been delayed. I didn't really check much. Let's see. Wonder Woman 1984. Alright, no, it hasn't been delayed yet. What's been going on with that film is some people have been suggesting it should get moved, but as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't been moved yet. But Free Guy, which I was really looking forward to, and Death on the Nile have both been delayed to unspecified release dates. That kind of sucks. Wonder Woman's the uh, survivor, the sole survivor as of right now. It's still scheduled for Christmas Day, so I don't know. Who knows if it'll actually make that release date? It's very likely it won't, but there's still like a chance it will. What do you guys think? Anyways, we got some rather sad news. Um, uh, the uh, the famous host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek, passes away a few days ago, and yeah, it was really unexpected, really sad. I feel like everyone's watched Jeopardy before, but I haven't really watched it. I wasn't like addicted to it or anything. I never watched it too much, but I'm sure we all know who Alex Trebek is, and it's unfortunate. You know, we all knew he was sick, but we weren't expecting him to pass away this soon. So yeah, I don't want to dwell on this too much, but yeah, condolences are with his family, and yeah. Um, and some other news that dropped like this morning. I woke up and I saw this news. You guys know I kind of like wrestling, sort of have a love-hate relationship with WWE specifically. Well, their games have been kind of shite recently. I haven't played 2K Battlegrounds, but there's been a lot of rumblings that AEW are making multiple video games. And a trailer for their new video game dropped earlier today. It's just called AEW. I don't know. I haven't. It doesn't seem to have any more of a name than that. It's being developed by Ukes. Ukes are who made the WWE games before they fucked off from 2K20, and then 2K20 became 2K20. But we didn't get to see much gameplay. In the trailer, there's like a disclaimer that said like this is like very early in development. So yeah, all right. We only got to see just a few people. One thing that is interesting is you can also do intergender matches. Like you can see Kenny Omega and you can make Kenny Omega and Hikaru Shida fight in as you know they showed. So very interesting. Um, Again, I'm not sure. It's very early. It doesn't look ready, and it's not ready because, again, it's very early in development. So, yeah, Ukes is behind this one, and AEW, they are taking their time. You see, like, they opened up last year, but they're not like, let's put out a yearly game. They didn't put one out last year. They're not putting one out this year. That AEW game that they showed might come out earliest next year. I'll say late next year, the earliest. Um, so yeah, looks pretty interesting. Will not lie. In some other news, Among Us updates are coming. We got some new maps, some new stuff. Pretty cool. I don't have a whole lot to say about this one. Just yeah, we haven't really gotten too many Among Us updates. I mean, Among Us is a really fun game, and it took the world by storm, despite it being released 2 years ago. Like earlier this year, it came. It almost feels like it's a game for this year. Sometimes I'm in a conversation with some of my friends about, what am I gonna have on my list of the best games of the year? And they say Among Us, and then I go, that's not a this year's game. I mean, it might as well have been, but it didn't come out this year, so it doesn't count. But I'm getting off topic. Yeah, there's gonna be some new maps and stuff like that. I'm not sure what else there's gonna be really, but it's good to see that they're updating Among Us. Because there haven't been too many updates. I mean, I remember there's like this update that fixed like the matchmaking, something like that. But there haven't been too many updates that added more content, as far as I remember, or at least since I started playing like a couple months ago. I actually haven't played in a while. I gotta get back to that one. So yeah, whew, yeah, it's really early in the morning, by the way, which is why I'm yawning. Um, kind of just woke up, but yeah. Anyways, that's that on Among Us. Let's see, what else do we got here in these smaller topics? Um, oh yeah, yeah. So I wanted to briefly talk about this. News came out a few months ago that well, we got to see the look at the new James Gunn Suicide Squad film at DC Fandom, and the whole slew of characters, a shit ton. You got this one character, Peacemaker, played by John Cena, and then it was announced that they are doing an HBO Max series on Peacemaker. So that already shows like, oh well, all right, so James Gunn and DC and HBO, they all like this Peacemaker character. They've all seen him in this film, and they're like, all right, no, you know what? We can give him a series. I think it's a prequel series though, but it's starting. It's gonna start shooting like real soon. I forgot when exactly, but like really soon. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's like next week or something, or Peacemaker. No, yeah, no, it's gonna. Okay, okay. It's gonna begin production early 2021, and will air sometime later in 2021. But still, like they announced this like not too long ago, and they're they're announcing that it's starting real soon, and they've had this like some people might think like, oh, they're rushing this. No, they've had this like under negotiation for a while. Um, all right, they're not rushing anything. So yeah. Anyways, that was that. Um, one other thing I want to talk about is let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, this is a big one, but I don't have too much to say on this, so I'm putting in the smaller topics. You know, sometimes celebrities get into big shit, if you know what I mean. Um, in this case, we know Johnny Depp was in a domestic with his wife Amber Heard, and apparently he abused her and all that stuff. And I don't want to get into all that shit, but he's been fired from Fantastic Beasts. Um, I don't really. I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big Potterhead. Therefore, I'm not a big fan of like Fantastic Beasts. But yeah, I mean, he's. I guess it's the right move for for fucking Warner Brothers to make. They you know they don't want this wife beater who who made everything into like a court incident to be attached to their films. They don't want. I don't think they want that. All right. So it makes absolute sense that they fired him. Is Johnny Depp's career over? I don't know. Um, it I wouldn't say it's over, but it's definitely like, oh, he's gonna need some time to like. He's gonna need some time away. But yeah, what do you guys think? Um. Anyways, some other little news we got here today is um. So some website was putting up some PS5 custom plates, and they're getting shut down. Um. Now, yeah, I'm not quite sure how much about this I could really say, but excuse me, but um, it I people are upset about it, but they weren't like. I hope you know these PS5 plates. There's like this website putting out custom plates for the PS5. I hope you know, like as far as I know, and I'm pretty sure these weren't like officially licensed or anything by Sony. They didn't really have permission to be putting these out. You know what I mean? Um, and it's just people are upset about this, but like, you, there's no permission. There's no nothing involved here. So, um, yeah, I don't see why you'd be mad. I mean, the plates looked cool. Will not lie, they looked really cool, but doesn't matter because they weren't licensed. They're not official. They didn't get word by Sony, and yeah, Sony shut them down. And I mean, you could if you get the PS5, you can probably still customize them yourself though. But I mean, I don't know. It's a situation where it's like, well, just ask for permission, or if you're not gonna get permission, or you're not gonna license, or you're not gonna get this licensed or anything like that, you're gonna get fucking shut down. And the people upset about it, it's like, what did you expect to happen? So yeah, there's one more little actually, I think this can be a bigger topic. No, we'll make this a smaller one. Um, a while ago, very long time ago, there's a little game called Silent Hills with an S announced with a trailer shown for it, and it was being developed by Hideo Kojima, and was going to star Norman Reedus. But that got canceled because Konami's a fucking bitch. And that project with Hideo Kojima and Norman Reedus later became, fucking Death Stranding. But apparently, but they still had that little demo, I guess. PT. Some people regarded it as like one of the best like survival horror games of all time, and it was basically a demo. PT, that stands for playable teaser. The, and but like how what like well beloved that game was, like, shows to you how much potential the Silent Hills game had. But apparently, there was going to be a copy of PT playable on the PS5. But of course, who struck that down? Konami. Of course they did. I mean, I I don't know what you're expecting Konami to do here. I don't know what you're expecting from them, but it's just like, fuck off, Konami. You know, a lot of people I never even got the chance to play PT. You know, and it's even like a situation where you delete it, you cannot re-download it. And yeah, the only way to play PT now is like if you go on eBay and spend like millions of dollars on PS4s that already have it downloaded, and it sucks. You know, Konami's a bitch, and you know it's just not good. They but then again, I don't know what you're expecting. Having PT on the PS5 would have been crazy, but that's not going to happen regardless. So yeah, those are all the smaller topics. I am going to now move on to some of the bigger topics. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of next gen topics I want to talk about. In fact, almost all of them are related to video games. But there's this one topic that is not at all related to video games that I figured I'll talk about here. And I guess this will also be kind of a brief little topic about The Mandalorian as well. So, I'm drumming in my chair. But so, The Mandalorian Season 2 has premiered, and I really like it so far. Only 2 episodes have premiered so far, but the first episode I thought was fucking great. You know, they're not rushing back to the story. You're not meeting the characters you met already in season 1. You know, they're not going after Moff Gideon again, or at least already this soon. Instead, Mando, he just meets Timothy Olyphant, who's dressed up as Boba Fett, and sort of a fake Mandalorian. And then at the end, you see Tamora Morrison. Think that's how you say his first name, Tamora. If not, I'll just call him Morrison. But if you don't know, he voiced Jango Fett in no, he was Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones. So, and there were rumors earlier this year. I think I talked about it on this podcast. There were rumors earlier this year that Boba Fett was leaked to play. No, Tamora Morrison was leaked to play. There were reports of him playing Boba Fett in this series. And there was speculation. Maybe it could be Boba Fett, but who knows? Maybe it's not. It could be also be Rex. But with this news coming out that I'm about to talk about, pretty sure this is Boba Fett. And that news is there's apparently a Boba Fett spin-off series coming. Now, let me pull something up. And how they kept this so under wraps is like crazy. So it's coming to Disney Plus as well. And and they're starting shooting. Like this news came out last week, but I still decided to talk about it this week. Last week they said they're gonna start shooting next week, which would be this week, which is crazy. They're already like, goddamn. So so like it doesn't have a scheduled release date, but it will likely premiere um before season 3 of The Mandalorian. So that will probably be next year. And this is crazy. I like Boba Fett. I mean, you look back at the films, he was very one note. Even if you consider the prequels, he was very one note in the films. You had him in Empire Strikes Back. Didn't really say anything. Didn't do much. And then gets killed in Return of the Jedi. Um, and it was, and in the comics, he did escape the Sarlacc, and turned out he survived and everything. Did some pretty cool stuff. But apparently, I think that was a part of the non-canon stuff after Disney acquired Lucasfilm. So, yeah, it was like, so I guess he's still dead now. Nope, nope, he's alive. This is crazy. I would love to see this spin-off series. Probably, I'm gonna assume it's a spin-off of The Mandalorian. Um, and yeah, it's really cool to see this. I wonder what they could do. Maybe it's just a series about how uh maybe it's showing Boba Fett surviving the events of surviving the Sarlacc pit. Maybe they could show that and maybe show what he's been doing because like someone sold off his armor, and of course Cobb Vanth, played by Timothy Oliphant, got the armor, and yeah, so maybe I don't know how could he just lose his armor like that? I don't know, but yeah, I'm interested to see. It's early. I'm sorry, I'm yawning too much, but really interesting to see what they could be doing here. Um, Yeah, anyways, that's all I got on this. The only non-gaming topic I believe I have here. Let me know down below what you think. Anyways, now we got a bunch of gaming topics. And, just want to talk, next gen is here. The PS5 and the PS5 isn't here yet. It's at the time of recording. It's gonna be here tomorrow, and the Xbox Series X and S. Fuck that. The Xbox Series. I said I was gonna call it that. The Xbox Series is coming out yesterday. It came out already, and yeah, it's definitely you know I'm excited. I'm not gonna get them right away. I don't know with the PS5. The Xbox Series has got nothing at launch. I mean, nothing new. It got a bunch of like, you know, like Xbox Series X enhanced games. It got like Gears 5 got enhanced. Leave Dead by Daylight got enhanced. Ori and the Will of the Wisps got enhanced. Yeah, like that. But um, nothing that would make me want to get that. The PS5 doesn't have anything too crazy. Spider-Man Miles Morales looks really cool. Demon Souls looks really good. That game ain't even coming to the PS5. Demon Souls, no, it is coming to I meant to say PS4. That game ain't even coming to the PS4. The PS5 games that are coming to the PS4 are are Spider-Man Miles Morales, The Pathless, Sackboy, and Bug Snacks, I believe. Um, and Bug Snacks is going to be a free PS Plus game. I might pick. I might get that just to test it out, and I might buy either Miles Morales, The Pathless, or Sackboy, because just a game to hold me over. And I was thinking of what I was thinking of doing was getting buying Miles Morales for the PS5 and not play it until I get the PS5. But I feel, I don't know, maybe just play it if you really want to. Get on the PS4, and then if you want to play it again on the PS5, go ahead. But yeah, again, I'm excited for these next gen consoles. I'm probably not gonna get one anytime soon, though. Um, if I'm able to play these games on hardware I already have, probably should. But at the same time, it feels like, you know, if they, like a game like Miles Morales, for example, if that game was announced as a PS5 game, it feels like a game I should be playing on the PS5, if you know what I mean. It's not gonna feel right playing it on the PS4, but look at a game like Cyberpunk in comparison, where that game, I mean, it happens to line up here with the next gen consoles, but that game was announced as a PS4, Xbox One game, and so I mean, in my head I have it as, okay, I'm gonna play this on the PS4. If I have a PS5 before I have before I have Cyberpunk, I'll get it on the PS5. But I mean, whatever. Um, yeah, they're all like little topics pertaining to the next gen systems. I guess one I'll slip into here is that the Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox Series, are gonna be they've had launch issues. The Xbox servers were down. I don't know. It was not the best launch, but at the same time, I don't know what you're expecting. It's a brand new console. This happens a lot. If you want to get these consoles in stores, um, yeah, that's not going to be able to happen for a little bit. Um, but yeah, I'm not quite sure if you'll be able to do that. Um, the pre-orders, like the pre-orders, were handled terribly by Sony and Microsoft, and they got sold out instantly. But I mean, so if you're wanting to go into a store and pick one of these consoles up, good luck with that. If you're wanting to go online and uh, pick one of these consoles up, or order one, have it shipped to your house, or pick it up in store after ordering it online, good luck with that. Like it's gonna be a tough one, but this always happens when a new console comes out. Remember with the Switch that came out, and it's like you can find it anywhere for a good while. It took me like almost half a year to get to be able to get a Switch in store. You know that took a really long time. But I ended up getting one. Anyways, so I'm saying if you're wanting to get a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or an Xbox Series S, you'll get one. You'll get one. I suggest you get the Xbox Series X, and you get the PS5. 5 physical edition. Because while they're more expensive than the Series S and the digital edition of the PS5, do you really want physical media to go away? I mean, companies are doing sort of shady shit with like digital games. Like you got Bethesda releasing like Wolfenstein Youngblood, I think it was, on the Switch in a physical case, but you open it up and there's no cartridge. There's just a DLC code or a download code. Like that shit's dumb. Don't encourage that. I mean, like there are benefits to physical to digital, but also like look at the Xbox Series X and the Series S. I'll probably talk about this a little bit. The Series S is a lot less powerful than the Series X. I'll talk about that a little bit. I don't want to get rip into that quite yet. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on next gen being here. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'll talk about the Xbox Series X and S shit, or really just the Xbox Series S. So some details came out on the Xbox Series S. Apparently, it ain't gonna be as powerful as we all thought. The Xbox Series X gonna be very powerful, just as powerful as told us. But the Series S is gonna be significantly less powerful. People are upset, and what were you expecting? Seriously, the game, this console does not have a disk drive. Get these digitally. Get the games digitally. Also, the console itself is smaller, which means, but like, it also doesn't. It looks like it's missing more than just the disk drive. You know, the PS5 digital edition is it kind of looks like it's just missing the disk drive. The Series S looks like, you know, it kind of looks like you took the Series X, you cut like a smidge off of it, and made it white. So, yeah. And also, it's $300. You see, I forgot who this was. If I remembered, I would have told you, but I heard this one dude. I saw this one YouTube video, and this one dude said, you shouldn't be upset because it's really like the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite. And it is! It is, you know, the Nintendo Switch is like the better experience. You want a smaller experience that doesn't have, that you can't put in the dock. You get the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is $200, and the Switch is $300. Bada boom. I don't quite see why everyone's upset over this. Um, I mean, yeah, maybe you're expecting. I guess I don't know. I don't think there's like the PS5, the physical and digital edition. I guess they're pretty much the same thing, just without it. This one has a disc drive and the other doesn't. This one, I mean, the names are different here. You know, you got the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. The names are different, so there's already like a difference between these two, and then they look different. You know, the physical edition of the PS5 just has like a lump on it. That's the only like visual difference there. The Xbox Series S again is just honestly just looks like the Xbox Series S honestly just looks like a normal looking console. The Series X kind of, you know, looks like when I first saw it. I think I have it on D3PX, which if you're watching this segment as just its own little video, you're probably on D3PX, and and oh, sorry, I just got something. Where was I? Oh, I reacted to the entirety of the Game Awards. You can probably find it on my D3PX channel, which you're possibly on right now if you're watching this separate. Um, and the Game Awards 2019, they announced the Series X. I did not think that was a fucking new console. I actually thought it was a fucking computer. But then, in the Xbox game showcase back in, like, I think May, uh, where there's the whole debacle over the Assassin's Creed gameplay, um, they, I saw in the background there was someone had an Xbox Series X refrigerator. So yeah, it looks like a refrigerator. I got way sidetracked. What I'm saying is, like, I get it. You're kind of expecting the Xbox Series X and S to pretty much be the same. Just one didn't have a disk drive, and because it doesn't have a disk drive, it's 300, which that's like really good. Like, if it wasn't like a downgrade in terms of like power, that would be fucking crazy. If like you can get all these games on a console that's $300, costs the same amount as the fucking Switch. And that's also due to the fact that you look at the PS5 and you know the uh, the PS5, the physical and digital edition. They're pretty much the same thing. Literally, the only difference is just one has a disc drive and the other doesn't. That's a big difference. But like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think anything has come out on the PS5 digital edition being less powerful than the physical edition. So I get that. I get the concerns, but you're kind of with the Series S. I guess now that the information's out, you're kind of looking at it the wrong way, because like even like I said, visually the consoles themselves look different, and they even have different names. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Anyways, there are some PS5 reviews. I gotta pull them up because I've seen some YouTube videos. I haven't watched any of them, but I've seen them in my feed coming up saying the worst PS5 reviews ever. So we gotta look at these. I have not looked at a single one, by the way. Let's see. Bad PS5 reviews. Um, I have to find one of them. Let's see. Maybe I'll go on YouTube and search one of them. Bad PS5 reviews. Let's see. Critical uploaded one. And it seems that in his thumbnail there's one from Kotaku. So, I guess we'll look at the one from Kotaku. That was the second one that popped up, by the way. So, great console, weird timing. Okay. Let's see. Apparently, this is a horrible review, so we'll see just how horrible it is. And maybe I'll enable this. Not that. There we go. There it is. We don't see it. There we are. Yeah. If you guys are listening, what I just did was I just pulled up the capture here. So I'm sitting at my desk, starting at the PS5, looming over my media stand. Entertainment Center is a little too grandiose for the small piece of Target furniture that holds all my gaming stuff. And wondering how the hell I'm going to review this thing. How would my boss, whose various PS4 reviews I've skimmed several times so as to glean some insight into what I should cover, review this thing? How can anyone at this very moment in time review this thing? What are you talking about? How can someone review the PS5? Well, what's so bad about right now? Is it because of the pandemic? You're at home playing this. Let's start with the basics. The PS5 launches next Thursday, November 12th, in the United States, Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea. Which, for you guys watching at the time of recording this, that's tomorrow. It reaches the rest of the world 1 week later on November 19th. It costs 500 USD, adjusted for other parts of the globe, of course, yeah, for the standard version, and $400 for a digital-only version without the disk drive. It stands just over 15 inches, okay, nothing really too interesting there. These specs, however, belly what the PS5 truly represents. It's been almost 7 years since Sony released the original PS4, a platform known for introducing some really great games, but it's starting to show its age. Really? PS4 is starting to show its age? I wouldn't even... What? You mean like... Well, I guess maybe there's some loading times. Like Jedi Fallen Order came out last year, and that game has the loading times in that game is a little too much. But I don't know. Like look at some games that were released this year. You look at Final Fantasy VII remake. You look at um, Last of Us. You look at Ghost of Tsushima. All PS4 games. Right now they're all PS4 exclusives. Um, they don't look outdated at all. At least I don't know. I don't know. More recent PS4 games caused the console, OG and Pro alike, to wheeze and moan under the strain. What the fuck? That was a strange analogy right there. It feels like developers have done all they can to wring every last drop of power out of the old girl before setting her out to pasture. What the fuck are you on about? What are these what? In many ways the PS5 feels like a more significant upgrade from the PS4 than the PS4 did coming from the PS3, alright? Especially for someone like me who never splurged on a PS4 Pro. Hey, I never did that either, alright? So, we're in an agreement on something. My technological in sorry, illiteracy kept me from getting too excited during lead system architect Mark Cerny's deep dive presentation uh, on the PS5's innards. I still have no idea what a teraflop is, and I refuse to learn. But seeing the graphics of the Demon's Souls remake and the snappy universe hopping mechanics of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart in action, quickly opened my eyes to its possibility. So you don't know what a teraflop is, and you refuse to learn, so you write this review. Okay, buddy. Sony provided me with a retail PlayStation 5 2 weeks ago, lucky bastard. I've spent those 2 weeks playing Spider-Man Miles Morales in Astro's Playroom with some Bug Snacks and Devil May Cry 5 on the side since they arrived a little late. I've transferred over my PS4 library and saves, the process for which was super easy, but the benefits for which remain hazy from game to game. Alright, I would like you to explain that, because I've messed around as much as I can with its settings, trying to familiarize myself with its copious cascading menus. I've also wondered if anyone even has the energy to care about, let alone the means to buy $500 electronics anymore. What do you... Wait, you don't think people will buy the... What? What the fuck is... Cutie with a booty? What? The standard PlayStation 5 cuts an imposing figure with a bulbous shell protecting its hefty bulk. Kotaku staff have joked about being able to use the detachable plastic plates as riot shields if the contentious U.S. presidential election makes that a necessity. Okay, all right. The disk drive creates an extra uh, protrusion on the right side or bottom of the console, depending on its placement, which ruins any chance of wonderful symmetry of the digital edition. A sturdy plastic base is included as a way to facilitate both vertical and horizontal orientation. Neither side is perfectly flat, alright? And setting up is quick enough to if you consult the console's manual to find the single crew's secret hiding place. I think I've read enough. Probably haven't even gotten to like what they're even. I feel like I haven't even really gotten to what everyone's saying is like the bad part, but I think I don't think I want to read any more of that. Um, the weird stuff is like when they're talking about the PS4, like I don't remember what they said. And cutie with the booty, like what the fuck was that? I've dwelled on this a little too much now. We're gonna move on now. Um, so we got Discord topic. Um, Discord topic. I guess we should talk about this one. I don't think it was one that I have too much to say on. Um, let's see. Where is it? Gotta find it. Right there. Podcast topics. If you want to join the Discord server and vote on a topic, go ahead. Down below on both the YouTube and SoundCloud versions of this episode. And you can very well find, there's a channel in the server for podcast topics under a category called requests/Q&A. So yeah, here were the topics. We got worst lies in gaming, when should a franchise die, and my issue with games as a service. So yeah, none of them are next gen related, but the winner was when should a franchise die. Now I asked this question because recently I made a top 10 list. Top 10 game franchises that need help. And that started off as a list of top 10 game franchises that need to die. But see, the thing is, I don't think any of those 10 game franchises need to die, really. When should a franchise die? Because I'd never want to see anything fail. Well, I look at one like Metal Gear Solid. Because that one is dead, but in a different way from like other franchises. In a different way from like Mass Effect. At least before a few days ago. Gonna talk about that. But with Metal Gear Solid, Kojima, he made Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and thought it was complete. He considered the series complete, didn't want to touch it, because the story, in his mind, was done. So Konami takes it. So of course, the whole thing happens with Kojima, but Kojima doesn't own Metal Gear. Konami does. I got blown my. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, Kojima does not own Konami. Kojima does not own Metal Gear. Konami does, which means if Konami tells Kojima to fuck off, Konami can do whatever they want with Metal Gear. And my god, they did. They turned into a pachinko machine, and they turned it into some shitty-ass survival horror game. Not even survival horror, just a zombie online microtransaction-infested game. I don't know why I said mode, but It's probably more infested with microtransactions than fucking zombies. You're buying a save slot, a second save slot in that game. I wouldn't even be surprised if they added more microtransactions. Fucking shitty. Konami wants to beat Metal Gear to the death while it's already done. I like to think of it as, you know, maybe you're trying to beat like an elderly man or woman to the death, like someone who's like, you know, helpless, like at that age. Like Metal Gear's done. That series is like, that series is complete. You know, it wasn't it wasn't ruined until after it was complete. And I'm of the opinion that Metal Gear Solid 5 is actually a good game. Some people might argue that that game kind of ruined the series. I mean, not bringing back David Hayter as Snake was a bad idea, but I wouldn't say that game killed the series. It's just how Konami treated it after that game. You know, Konami thinking that there's still more to do with that series. No, that series is complete. They gotta see that series is dead. Like, at first it was complete. Now it's dead, you know. But when should a franchise not die? Like, that's when a franchise should die, but as opposed to what? People are saying Halo should die because Halo Infinite doesn't look good. You see, again, I'd say Halo needs help. If Halo Infinite doesn't turn out good, yeah, I'm not sure Halo Infinite, if that's gonna turn out bad, yeah, I'm sorry. But I don't know what to say about Halo. Sonic, that's another series I had on my list of game franchises that need help, but people are saying this series needs to die. It does not need to die. Sega, I think, are working on a new game for Sonic's, I think, 25th anniversary. I think they gotta have something next year, you know. Um, so if that doesn't turn out good, I don't know what. I think Sonic's fucked, honestly. See, that's when. See, that was That's my take. That's when a franchise should die, is when it's something like Metal Gear. When a franchise shouldn't die is when it's like Sonic. You see, even look at Konami. Look at all the series that they turn into pachinko machines. There's Metal Gear, of course, but also Castlevania, Contra, and Silent Hill. There's definitely there's still you can definitely do stuff with like Silent Hill. You know, there have been rumors of a new Silent Hill game coming earlier this year that I think those rumors fell through. I think that might have actually became the medium, which is going to be that Xbox game that's taking inspiration from Silent Hill. But then Contra, Castlevania, there's still stuff you can do there. Those I wouldn't say those series are dead. They need help. They need help. But they're close to being dead, you know. I guess you can argue that they are dead because Konami and their pachinko market. Yeah, well, I want to know what you guys think about this. Anyways, got some other, few more topics. You know, um, I mentioned this for a second. So yeah, I made a list top 10 game franchises that need help, and in on that list was Mass Effect. That series needs some serious help. And I said there are rumors of a new Mass Effect game as well as a new Mass Effect remastered trilogy coming. And if that's not true, I don't know. I think the next day, the fucking next day, they announced both of those. And BioWare, they're working on a Mass Effect trilogy remaster. I think Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I think it's called. Which, good. I'm not quite sure how you can fuck that one up, unless you're Konami making the Silent Hill HD collection. I think that shit was terrible. But, other than that, I don't think so. I don't think you can fuck that one up. Mass Effect, what would this be? Mass Effect 4, or are they counting Andromeda and calling it Mass Effect 5? I don't know, but, BioWare's gotta, like, you know, they gotta pick up their game here, you know what I mean? Many people are saying, like, BioWare, I've lost all trust in BioWare. I hope you know, it's not really their fault. EA's the one, pulling the strings here, EA has, like, EA is the one who sets out these deadlines and everything. BioWare's not the one that, BioWare's not the ones putting these microtransactions in the games. BioWare's not the one putting, like, they're not the ones rushing these games. They're not the ones making those fucking hilarious animations with Mass Effect Andromeda, And they're still apparently working on the Anthem fucking, like, still working on the Anthem overhaul, which we have not heard a single thing about, which is strange. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see that BioWare are, they realize their mistakes with Andromeda. They're gonna undo that. They're gonna make a brand new game. Let's hope it's not like as unfinished and as broken as Andromeda was. I remember though, Andromeda, like, I remember going into that year, everyone was excited for that shit. Think about it. Put in perspective. Like, I remember how much we all love Breath of the Wild now. Going into that year, I remember, like, Breath of the Wild was, like, #2 most excited game that going into that year. #1 was Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda. just to think about that now is crazy. And I just remember how hyped that game was. I never played it myself. I remember how hyped that game was. And then I saw the reviews for it. I'm like, oh my god, this was overhyped. Wow, holy shit! Like, it actually, everyone was so excited for this game, and look how it turned out. And those were just reviews. But, like, I also saw, like, non-reviewers. I don't think anyone was nice to it. No one was nice to it. So, oh, Mass Effect 4 or 5, I don't know. Is this Mass Effect? I think they're gonna ignore Andromeda. Mass Effect 4, so they're doing Mass Effect 4, and a Mass Effect remaster. Good. I'm interested. I'm not quite sure how it'll turn out, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, those are my thoughts. And we got a let's see, what else do we got here? Watch Dogs Legion. Now I was thinking of getting that game, but then, like, it got delayed, and not that not that I don't get a game because it gets delayed. That's dumb. I mean, look at Cyberpunk. Still really excited for that. Um, but nothing really happened. I lost interest. They didn't do anything. They didn't announce anything. They didn't show the game at all for like the whole year. And after that, everything they did show was just less interesting. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Saw some reviews. It's all right, but apparently the game's broken. Like, there are numerous crashes, and there's a patch that came out for the game, and it's like, what's going on, man? I don't know. It's like these patches or these. It's I don't know. I don't really understand. Ubisoft sort of just put this game out, and this is like going to be like also a cross-platform. So maybe a lot of work went into that, and that it shows. But I mean, so let me look into this. Alright, so I'm looking at stuff and I didn't even know about this before, but apparently there's like some trans voice or something that Ubisoft had to remove because it was controversial. What the fuck? Ubisoft removes a controversial voice in Watch Dogs Legion. In Watch Dogs Legion, queer identity is still flavor text. Watch Dogs Legion cuts journalist Helen Lewis over trans views. Ubisoft removed Watch Dogs voice actor over controversial remarks. Oh, I see. One of the voice actors made remarks about trans people. I don't want to get into all that, but so oh, that's right. I forgot about this. The patch is actually causing the game to crash more and more, and this game just seems like it it doesn't seem to be, done very well. That sucks because like the first Watch Dogs game, I remember that came out and it was disappointing. There was a lot of promise and it just didn't live up to the promise. But it was a good idea, and uh, I don't think anyone was like. I remember hearing a lot of people say this would probably be a good sequel, and when the sequel was announced, that was they people were interested, but no one really bought it. I don't know. The game seems underrated, and I thought it was all right. I don't have the game, but I've played it before at uh, courtesy of your boy Ramkit, and I don't think it's too bad. This game came out and it actually looks really good, and I'm sure it's a really fun game, but like the disastrous like crashes and stuff. Like, come on, Ubisoft, you gotta. Yeah, all these headlines are about um like the actor that made a controversial remark about trans genders. I don't want to get into all that. That's all like political stuff, and yeah. Anyways, let's move on to another topic. I think this is our last topic. Um Sega. They've we all know they've been in some trouble with they well, what am I saying? They've not been popping as well as they have been since they left um the console market. But now, oh boy, they're going through some trouble right now. Sega has apparently laid off 600. All right, repeat that. They've laid off 650 people and cut executive bonuses. So, getting this from The Gamer. And this is all due to COVID, but still. And they've also shut down many, like, arcades. And, arcades, they don't really. They're kind of a thing of the past here in the States, but I hope in Japan, like, arcades, those are, like, still huge there. That's a big market in Japan still. So, that's a big blow. And, I don't know, Sega, I don't really know what to say here. Because, I mean, they've sold their arcade business. Um, let me read this from the Gamer. Sega Sammy's mid-year financial report, my bad, revealed a 21.7 billion yen, which is $206.7 million, loss in revenue for the company, and to compared to the benefit. What am I saying? Compared to the 9.8 billion yen profit for that same period in 2019, and the company said in a statement, in order to return to profitability and achieve sustained development, we need to reduce costs, especially fixed costs, and we believe this is a necessary measure to build a more efficient organization. So, yeah, they've laid off 650 employees due to. So they've laid off 650 employees. Let me read this. Laying off 650 employees would represent a nearly 7% reduction of its staff of 9,051 employees. Additionally, Sega Sammy hopes to reduce executives' salaries by up to 30% for the next 5 months, including larger reduction for higher-ranking executives. So, yeah. Um, Sega, I was not alive during the console wars, the Nintendo and Sega console wars, but I have played some of their older games, um, and I must say they have a great lineup of games. They only worry about like Sonic and Yakuza, and this just doesn't look good. They're laying off a lot. They're selling um their uh, their arcade business. Like they've sold it. Of course, that's giving them money, but I don't know. That's a big market that they just sold. So I don't know. What are your thoughts here? Let me know down below. And yeah, I think that is it. Actually, there's another thing I had on here that I wasn't sure if I wanted to do because this was about to be outdated within a day. But why not? Why not? I might not upload this as a separate thing, but why not? In the Discord server, I asked you all if you wanted to see me make a ranking video of the 7 PS5 launch titles, like kind of exclusive, the PlayStation exclusive launch titles, from least excited to most excited, and you guys all were like, yeah, sure, why not? But I don't know, I don't think I wanted to make a video about that, but why not shove it in here? So there's 7. I'll try to remember them off the top of my head. There's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon Souls, Godfall, Sackboy, The Pathless, Astro's Playroom, and Bug Snacks. So here we go. Number 7, Bug Snacks. It looks cool. It doesn't look like anything too crazy though. It's not gonna sell me on a PS5 for sure. In fact, it's free on PS Plus on the PS4. I'm gonna get it on there. That's like the one thing I'm like, if it's free on there, I'm getting it on there. In fact, I might even review it. Who knows? um, but it looks like a stupid little fucking fun ass game. I just want to see what that is. I don't know. Then there's Astro's Playroom, which it doesn't look bad or anything, but it's not. Doesn't seem to be much. Doesn't seem like it's supposed to be much. It's just a playable tech demo for the PS5. Just to show you what the system's capable of, and it's free with any. It's free and it's preloaded with any PS5 you order. But I'm just saying it's just not. How excited for it can I be really? Where are we now? Number 5 is Godfall. Godfall. That game looks interesting. Every time I see that game though, I change my opinion. Like that was the first PS5 launch title that was announced, and it's probably the one I forget about the most. Looks like a cool hack and slash game, but I don't know if it's something I'll pay $70 for. This game's gonna be $70. And then we got at number 4, I got Sackboy. Now Sackboy, this one looks cool. It's like Little Big Planet. They dropped the Little Big Planet name for some reason, and they're just calling it Sackboy. And it looks like a 3D platformer version of Little Big Planet. It looks cool. The only problem is that the game it's a budget title, all right, but there has been a price hike with this generation, which means 60 is now 70. 50 was like a budget title price. I don't get that though. I'd say 40 is a budget title price. 50 is like almost there. But apparently Sackboy is worth 60 now. And I don't see that as a $60 game. That's like my one issue. Number 3, The Pathless. Now this one, I'm impressed. It's like an indie game, and this was like the one like cross-generation game that Sony kind of didn't lie about. They never said like Sackboy or Spider-Man Miles Morales. Some other games are coming out later on too, like Horizon Forbidden West. That's going to be multi-platform, I believe. But they kept those like a secret that there's also coming to PS4, which is a bit dumb. But this game was announced as a multi-plat game, and then it later on just got a confirmed release date, and it was like, oh, why not just put it on the PS5 at launch? So it's a PS5 launch title, and it looks really good. I'm interested in playing this game. It's $40. It's only 40, so I might even play this game like soon, like real soon. So yeah, number 2, this one was tough. It was either between Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon's Souls. And while I can see myself playing Spider-Man Miles Morales more than Demon's Souls, if I were to pick one up, it was probably if I were to pick only one of them up out of the 2, it would probably be Miles Morales. I'm gonna go with Miles Morales at number 2 because it's a multi-platform game, and it's also, I hear it's not as like small as people expected. It is closer to a fully fledged brand new game, but it's not like a brand new Spider-Man 2 game, It's also not it's also on the PS4 as well, so it's like that's not gonna, if I want to play it that badly, I can probably play it on the PS4. And it's also $50, so. And then Demon's Souls is number 1. That game looks awesome. Again, if I were to pick one between that one and Miles Morales, probably Miles Morales. But this one looks like a game worth $70. It's going to be $70, but it looks like it's worth $70. And also, it's only on the PS5. So yeah, also Demon's Souls was a game that really does need a remaster or remake. It's a remake, but yeah. Anyways, that was this episode of the podcast DPX Talks for about an hour. Really focused a lot on next gen, but a lot of stuff pertaining to that. But yeah, if you're on YouTube, go to my SoundCloud and follow me. I don't even think you have to like consistently watch me on there. I think you just gotta follow me on there, and bada boom. If you're on SoundCloud and you're listening to this, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, DPX Solo. Yeah, I'll be back here next month with another episode of DPX Talks for about an hour. Anyways, yeah, see you guys. Thanks for watching and or listening.